So, I just printed this case study and quickly read it.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So, a parent wrote, my son, 15 and a half, was at a school party last night. The party ended around midnight, and afterwards the friends hung out together near the school. It turns out they drank alcohol outside the school, and my son drank too.
Wait, so there's a parent that shares that their 15-and-a-half-year-old
Exactly.
went to a party with friends and they had booze. They drank.
Yes.
Okay.
After the party.
After the party.
So also pretty late, around midnight.
Okay.
And he drank too. So, and he also didn't deny it. And yeah, the parent definitely could smell it.
Yeah. Okay. But no denial. So
no denial.
That's good.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. An ambulance was even called because two kids passed out.
Wow. I hope they're good. Okay.
Yeah. So the parent says, I look at him and at them, so all of them, and understands that on one hand they've been through a crazy time.
The world is a crazy time.
And the experience of the world is very challenging right now.
Some places, there's war going on.
Yeah, and in the case of the parent, they recently went through a divorce, and how do you pronounce that?
I have no idea.
It was a good divorce apparently, but
calm,
still a divorce.
maybe,
yeah.
Okay.
You know, no fights and stuff, I think it means.
Okay, yeah. Pretty peaceful, as divorce can be.
Yeah, and on the other hand, the parent writes, the mother, that she also remembered that she started drinking at the same age.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So 15 and a half.
Like
so, of course, yeah, it's sad, but she also understands it.
But I'm curious, like when she says started drinking, was it like a social drinking or was it like a regular habit? So, but she doesn't. Yeah.
She doesn't say. Yeah, but usually you kind of start social, right? So at the party at this age, booze at a party, a lot of sometimes also some pressure. I don't know if that's the case, but So yes, so she says it's clear that she needs to set boundaries, and she wants to really keep him close. It's very important to her.
Yeah. So connection-wise,
exactly. So that if he ever needs to, he won't be afraid to turn to her. I think that's what she's really what's really important for her.
Yeah, this is a mother that shared this in a parents group to receive support. So we're of course keeping it anonymous.
Yeah, so she's thinking about setting a curfew, keeping closer supervision, but she doesn't know if that would actually help. So she's, I read that she's quite uncertain what to do next. She really needs some help. And of course she also then in the end she mentions that she already explained that alcohol and why alcohol can be harmful, and if they do drink, it should be safely. And
you never know if you share that and it came from one ear and went
exactly. So
out of the other.
She also wants to continue to do that, but she also probably wants to be sure that it's heard. Yeah, exactly. So and then at the end, she really her intention is, if it's not possible to prevent it, how can she help him to keep himself safe? So
of course she would prefer him not to, right? But,
but I think it's also pretty difficult with 15 and a half years and group social pressure maybe a little bit to completely avoid it, right?
Definitely. So what do we have here?
We have a boy who wants to drink, a mom who wants to.
I'm not sure he wants to drink, but we have a boy drinking.
A boy drinking, yes, you're right.
And we're starting now with only like very easy what we observe, right? What we see now.
What we see. Well, I'm not sure it's seeing, but she clearly loves him, and so far as I understood, they do have quite a good relationship at the moment.
It sounds like there's a base there. Yeah, like there's a base. I agree. I don't know. It's also we get everything from one side, so it's not clear. I felt like there are foundations there, and it's definitely I also felt the love from her side. And just to be clear, what we're doing here is now taking this case and trying to understand how we address this. How can we help this mother maybe, or other parents that are in a similar situation? Keep that, what she's asking, keep this connection to make sure what she's saying will be heard. So it's not about fixing anything, solving. It's not about getting him out of trouble. I mean, yeah, maybe longer term.
Hopefully,
needed. But just to understand, and I think beneath the lines, it's also a question of how am I with this? Am I okay that my son is drinking? So also, there's a lot of things steering within her. Am I
she
guiding
probably,
him right?
She already said it herself. Ideally, he would not drink at all. So if she could make it, but she also realized that's not possible, right? So she also already lets a little bit go and say like, no, it's his choice, and I can just guide and support him in doing it the right way. Exactly. And so if we just see so I wrote down it's a 15-and-a-half-year-old that chose to drink. We don't say choose because maybe and in a group setting. I think that's also important.
Definitely.
And he didn't deny it.
So we see honesty. That's good. And also it reflects a bit of the connection. So we see a foundation for connection, let's say, the openness. And we see love, right? We felt the love, both of us. Okay. And we see, also I see an honest desire of the mother to really try to handle this right, to really try to remember what's important here and how she keeps the communication channels open. It's not about limiting, monitoring, overstepping.
No, she really wants to have the connection that he also is, turns to her. I think that's important. So also like having the safe space, the safe connection, the safe space that he can always turn to her.
Exactly. So the mother remembers what's important.
And there's also the divorce and the war, right? So it's these are facts.
So hard circumstances, or
like the world he's used to changed, right?
But is it kind of an excuse for alcohol? I what pops up to me, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that thinks that. So kind of, does it make it okay?
It's not an excuse. I'm not saying that this is like okay then, but I'm saying that he's shaking up because the world he's used to, the family setting, the dynamics, everything changed.
So there's something in the nervous system and in the core that it's rattling, shaking. So there's fear. There's a lot of raw emotions there. Let's say. Okay.
And I think it is also uncertainty. How will it evolve?
And even if your parents are divorced in the most pleasant way, and of course it's still what it is. It's still a new dynamic, and you still have to get used to this new reality. And maybe you want them together, like many do, until the rest of their lives.
So maybe he's also grieving for that. Right?
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of emotions. Okay, so is there anything we're missing?
Maybe he also wants. I'm not sure that's seeing, but it feels like alcohol is often like escaping something, so that he has like the need to maybe escape these emotions. Or
tone them down, but then we are jumping a bit. There's something there. It's also an assumption that of why is it drinking, because it can be the group setting. Probably it's a mixture of many different reasons. That's usually how it is. But there's something there, like possible. Maybe there's a question mark. Is there a desire to numb? Is there a processing of the feelings? So those are questions coming up, kind of, right?
Is he hiding from?
And to me it also gravitates us to the acknowledge part of understanding what's going on. So we radiate toward understanding what's going on. So a question mark to numbing. Is there a process of emotion?
It's also acknowledging. I think also the mother already acknowledges in like understanding the situation and.
I agree.
And I don't know if it's acknowledgement or not, but it's like I think this clear focus of even with setting whatever she then wants to do or thinks of doing, she still wants the connection open, right? So
I think we wrote it at C, but there's something a bit deeper when you say when you.
Yes, it's something we see because we read through it. And I am wondering if it's not also that this importance is also maybe something to acknowledge because it might influence what she's doing.
Yeah, for sure. It steers that. The question is what are we acknowledging, accepting, understanding here that is different than what we saw. That's my question. So maybe. I'm not sure it's what you meant. Maybe this understanding that the love and care, it can't protect him. Maybe it's I think you spoke about grief in the context of the kid wanting their parents. I think there's a lot of grief. I know I had it when the war started. This really vivid, strong understanding that I can't protect my kids. And of course you know that. I mean, I don't have an illusion that I'm a grandparent, a superhero, and I can protect. But something broken there.
Still there, and you
maybe it's sort of a confession or an admission that as a parent, this is your limitation, and you have to let go, and you have to really, just release this situation, do your best, and with the cleanest,
and then also trust
and trust him. So it's a lot about letting go, I guess, no? But, the care can protect. That's sad. Yeah, I wish it could. Okay. I think
it does, but in a different way.
Yeah, I agree.
It's still a shield the kids taking with them throughout their lives.
A shield of love.
Yeah.
I remember that. It's easy, but it's so true. Yeah, I just said to my son, because he had this 2-day trip, that even when we're not there, we are there with him.
Yeah.
And I think as an adult, we understand that, right?
Yeah.
You thinking of your mom?
Yeah. She's always there, and she built it when she was, when we were kids, and she was our mom really always there and also letting go, but she prepared us for that. Not so sure she prepared herself for that.
That's another topic.
That's a
whole completely topic of how parents. Yeah. That's a different episode. Okay. But, I have a feeling like we're gravitating toward movement, right?
Yes.
I feel the same.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're moving. Okay, so we are entering the engage part. So here's the thing. In our model, it's not just about blabbing the situation.
Let's talk about
it forever. No, that wouldn't be helpful. We try to stay loyal to the movement, right? To wait, hey, what's going on here? Then kind of process it. What's underneath? What are we realizing? What do we want to realize? What are we asking openly about? And then we step into, okay, that's great. What do we do with that? Or what do we want to do with that? Or just creating this anchor of a movement forward. Yeah. And after we do that movement, what happens to something? What happens?
Something changes, and then we see again what is going on, or what changed.
That's good. That's a good answer.
We need something else to do.
Yeah. And then we need new things to acknowledge. That sucks sometimes. Especially when
it didn't work.
And with teams, that happens a lot. Every day you have a new manifestation of this is me now as well. This is coming out of me because everything with me is in shaping up and in movement of construction, right? Great. So how do we engage with this? What do we do?
Well, we don't engage. Sorry. but in the shoes of the parents.
Which movement is
I don't know. For me, it feels like sharing to the son that we trust him.
Okay, so there should be something that communicates trust.
I think so. I think that.
I agree.
Yes, of course, we are worried. There could be so much stuff happening, but we trust that he can.
I love what you're saying. I love what you're saying because what you're saying is highlighting, hey, this mom, yeah, she's upset. You know, she doesn't like it that it's happening. But underneath the lines, the more we dissect it, it's really clear that she also knows that she's doing what she can. She's explaining, she's speaking, it's an open conversation. The child felt really good coming home and like be very open and honest about what happened. And that's an amazing situation. That means he's in the conversation. He's not running away, right? He's not hiding, there's no shame, there's no other stuff to deal with, no lies.
Yeah.
So she realizes, and I think it goes back to the acknowledgement again, she realizes that she trusts him. It's the love.
Yeah, I think she trusts him. And I think it's important as an engagement that he's aware of that.
Exactly. So acknowledging, like sharing this trust, communicate the trust. Yeah. It's an acknowledgement for both of them.
With that, I think also being honest about the worries.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
It's a worry situation.
Because you are worrying about, of course, the parents are worrying about the kid, what happens if there's too much alcohol, what happens if they get used to drinking that much alcohol.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of...
what ifs.
Yeah, what ifs in the parents' head, right? So.
Yeah. And what if you trust them, and next time they go, they remember that, and they don't need to feel like they're doing anything wrong. And it's easier for them then, next time they're in the situation, to choose more clearly what they want to do.
Yeah, not so much maybe be pressured.
So it feels to me like keeping the conversation going is a great engagement, right?
Absolutely, yes.
They have good foundations in that house, right? And it's funny because the mother, in the end, she asked for people's help, and she also asked for kindness, gentle. Please be gentle with me.
Be gentle.
We all need to be gentle with, I guess.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, sometimes people can be quite judgy, and
yeah, she got beautiful responses. We didn't steal any of them. So, our notions, but we read a few, not too many. And I think she's gentle. I think she's gentle with herself and kind, and she's taking care of herself and her family as well. I think she's doing a beautiful work. Yeah,
and it also cannot be easy. I mean, we just saw or said that we see that he's going through a difficult time with the divorce. But
so maybe that's something also to do. Maybe there's processes just to make sure that the processes of healing and of recovering are happening, integrating the situation with him, so you wouldn't have to, because we have this question mark about, is it numbing a bit, is it caving into unhealthy group dynamics, for example, right? So this will ensure, like, making sure that the processes are being dealt with. It will not send him there. He will not need that. And those are the reasons why kids and grown-ups get addicted to stuff, unhealthy patterns. So
really also taking the time to go through and talk through.
Making sure the process is attending or addressing the process.
Not only fix the symptom.
And I also would like to give another acknowledgement to this mother. I think she's very brave to not shine away from this, saying, hey, also not go to a place of guilt. It's because I'm getting divorced. That's also, I know some parents who do that and who kind of blame their divorce years later. The kids having those problems because of this.
And not using it as an excuse, right? Exactly. I mean, she says there's reasoning behind it, but that's not an excuse for her to do nothing and for him to start drinking.
She has, I think as parents, we have responsibilities. To do our best, nothing that we can't do. And sometimes we don't know what the best is. I think this is a wonderful example. I really feel she needed a hug more than anything. She needed a hug. She needed people to see that, to say, "Hey, you're doing great.
Yeah.
Keep the conversation going.
Yeah.
Help him in trust." And then, you know.
Shall we address, because she wrote here about like this curfew and the supervision.
So
and I feel that's where she's like uncertain of.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
I think it feels a bit like, because she has an open communication and a good relationship with, so far with her son, and the trust. And it's an assumption now, but I feel like she's uncertain to put in these boundaries or these types of boundaries because she feels like it means that she's not trusting him.
I don't feel she doesn't trust him. No. What I feel, I think it's a really important point what you brought up. I feel that many times people go to this place of limitations or stricter boundaries or go overboard because everything is shaken, so they're not sure if things are set. Maybe for some families curfews can help, but I feel those things, maybe this is the next step. Maybe there should be an open conversation that could be an addition. What can help us and bring it to the space? This boy knows what he's doing. That's my feeling. He has a solid ground. So I mean, it's not ideal, but he went and he drank. This is also the social context and what he sees, and he's part of a group and peer dynamics. But he can take responsibility of co-facilitating this conversation between them, kind of having a joint space to say, hey, so what do we need? Will it help if we have stronger boundaries?
Would a curfew actually help? I mean,
what do we need as a family? What works best for us? Maybe he wants that. Maybe it can also help him, or maybe
I was thinking that maybe it's also like an excuse for him when in a social gathering, like saying, "Oh, I have to go home. I have a curfew," for example.
For example, if he feels the need that, even though kids can always. It can help him keep himself safe. So I agree, but I felt like she was throwing those stuff because it's like things that she's like, it was kind of from the saboteur place of parents, kind of like, so am I not being a good mom? Do I not set the boundaries right? I'm not, what do I need to do? And it's harder to trust, and it's harder to let go, because it seems like it's effortless, and it seems like
it's also a bit invisible, right? You don't see the trust, but you see the curfew is that boy home at a specific time.
I mean, her responsibility is to have the conversation, is to have this space safe and open. She can
and I like bringing it. I mean, she can just bring it up and say like, okay, what do you need?
What do you need? Maybe he always have a phone of a taxi driver in his pocket. I think someone wrote something like that in the comments.
Like have like an app with the credit card of the parent or something, and you can always go home.
Exactly, it's her job to find a way that he will know that he can always call her. And you know, she'll always be
no matter how upset she is, right?
I think she's good, this mom. And maybe all the other moms and dads.
You're right. I think she just also needs the acknowledgement that she did a really good job so far, and will do.
She's great. I'm for
so we cannot hug her, but we
can try. We can hug each other. And I'll put this aside a second. Thanks. It was a pleasure.
Yes. Same here.
And maybe now while we are shooting, we can just say a few words about what is this conversation this week.
One conversation at a time.
One conversation at a time. That's true. So
it's to show everyone how we work.
Okay.
Right?
What is to show? The one conversation at a time, you mean?
Yeah, one conversation at a time. It's like we are helping parents in, going through sometimes messy situations. With like going with this flow of see, acknowledge, and engage. Because sometimes if everything comes up, you're like, And it gives a little bit of structure, and you know, we guide them via being part of that or helping them. And we love to do that.
We love to do that. To me, it's kind of like the whole concept is about creating an anchor of like, hey, something's messy, something's shaky, something's not working out. Hey, we need to figure out what to do, but we can't when everything is shaky. So regardless of the situation, I think that's the aim, right? To bring different situations, different angles, different cases, because it's super different. And of course, you can never nail it because every family dynamic is super different as well. But what we can do is we can stop and be with every situation based on this structure of realizing what's going on, what do we accept, what we don't accept, and then what do we do with that? How do we move from there? And making it really grounded with what's going on with your reality, no fancy, no fluff, no nothing, no advices even, right? It's not about advices.
No, it's not. It's really, I think it's really a process to help the parent to get through the situation themselves. And we can start with the C part as being remote, because that's where we can help, because we see the facts people tell us, right?
A bit more objectively.
Because we are outside of the situation, outside of the family dynamic. And with this process, you can start with the facts, with acknowledgement. You bring your own emotions in there, right? So you kind of strengthen or anchor like facts with the emotions, and that then helps you to find the clearer picture of what is the next step, because engaging is what is the next step.
It's all
small
naturally
step,
it all stems from one another. It's nothing is alone. It's part of the rhythm of the movement, of the connection movement, basically. And that's what we want to encourage, parents staying in connection.
And I think a lot of people do it automatically, maybe by themselves, but if they are in a messy situation, and if emotions are high, and you know, you're fighting or whatever, or you're worrying or whatever it is in your system,
it's masking, it's blocking, it's there. It's a
bit hard. Even the visual process of the circle helps you to you know, find your way out of it.
Yeah, and you know what else is important?
No.
To breathe. No, it's really good. It fills you up. Yeah, so we all try.
So it's a movement, but it doesn't mean it has to go like this.
I like how you get my intention. Always, So, I think we're good.
Yeah.